Well, the city of Townsville has celebrated a cultural milestone this week, hosting the 20th Australian Festival of Chamber Music. Drawing music lovers and musicians from all over the world, the festival has proved plenty of naysayers wrong. They said such an event would never last in North Queensland, but it has, and organisers say every year it gets better. Megan Woodward went along to some of the performances.
For the last 20 years, the first week of August in Townsville has hit a sweet note. In a city that's better known for sport and the beach, the cultural shift is well recognised.
You know, when I first came to the festival as a player about 15 years ago, it was funny. I was getting a taxi home from the airport to the hotel, and the driver said to me, "So you're here for the reef, mate?" And I said, "No, not exactly. I'm here for the Chamber Music Festival." And he said, "Oh, that chamber music, you can't have a posh wedding in Townsville these days without a string quartet." And I thought, what a wonderful compliment to the festival, you know.
Piers is now the artistic director of the Australian Festival of Chamber Music and has overseen some big changes to the roster while he's been in the boss's chair for the last 4 years. The first festival in 1991 showcased 10 concerts, and this year the event more than doubled with 25 concerts by nearly 30 chamber musicians from all over the world.
It's a wonderful opportunity for singing, especially for Australia. And we have so many amazing opera singers here, so it's a great forte for us to have this opportunity.
Now based in the United Kingdom, Suzanne Shakespeare was one of only 2 singers invited to the festival this year. It was also her first time at the festival and in Townsville.
Coming back to Townsville, I went through Melbourne, through the freezing cold Melbourne weather, to Townsville, sunshine and blue skies and the ocean and amazing musicians, and it's an absolute privilege and an honour to be part of it.
In contrast is Englishman Jack Liebeck. The accomplished violinist has been accepting invitations back to the festival for years.
Piers must have been happy with how I'd played or something, and so he invited me the next year, and then the next year, and now the next year. So it's just it's now coming back to old friends. It's been a great experience.
He says the location of the festival and the camaraderie it fosters is what makes the event a favourite for musicians and audiences.
Often at festivals there'll be a separation between the patrons and the artists, who will then disappear off to different receptions or this or that. But this is really a joint thing, and actually you feel like there's no distinction between audience and musicians, actually. So it's really nice.
Chamber music is all about intimacy, small groups and close interaction. And the Australian Festival takes that concept one step further by holding conversation mornings with favourite performers.
One of the big changes that I've made in the last few years is this series of concert conversations in the mornings, because I felt it was something that festivals could provide, which you can't get at concerts, for audience members to really get to know artists and what it's like to be a musician, you know, what's the life on the other side of the stage. And they get that not only at these conversations, but chatting to people in the street and after concerts, you know, many of them are staying in the same hotel, and so there's a real interaction between public and performer.
Just like the musicians, music lovers come from around Australia and further afield to attend the 10-day program. Festival organisers now also like to include rural and remote communities in the festivities.
We have an outback tour beforehand. I mean, we include didgeridoo, William Barton, in a chamber music festival. Well, you won't find a didgeridoo in any other chamber music festival in the world, you know. It's unique.
It's that uniqueness that has proved the doubters wrong. When 2 chamber music diehards decided to put the first festival on, it wasn't expected to take off in quite the way it has.
I think if we've had 20 years so far, it's here to stay.
Megan Woodward reporting.